to find my smart links to these songs.
All right.
No,
Okay. You're in the right place at the right time. Listen, guys, today we have the very talented Mr. Charles Gallaspy in the house with us. Woo! That's right.
Hello, everyone.
Mr. Charles, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. What about you?
Listen, any better I couldn't stand it, Mr. Charles. And we're so glad to have you on the show today. Brother, we're going to go ahead and play the promo video. And after the promo video, we're going to come back with the very awesome Mr. Charles Gallaspy.
Give me a fried bologna sandwich with mustard and mayo. Add a slice of cheese and a tomato, please. I'll take that sandwich to go. Hello, everyone. This is Charles N. Gallaspy Jr., and you can find me on Channel 6. That's Channel CIX with a fried bologna sandwich like the kind I grew up on. I like ham and cheese, no turkey, please, with mustard and mayo.
That's right. Just give me that fried bologna sandwich. The bologna sandwich, man. Mr. Charles Gallaspy. Mr. Charles, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, hanging in there. I can't complain at all. Just thankful.
Listen, man, glad to have you on the show today. And, as I was doing the promo video for you, you made me find out some things about bologna. Okay. I did a little research, found out that bologna comes from the name in Bologna, Italy. Then I found out that the reason why we call it bologna is because back in the 1920s, you had these sports announcers, and they wanted to have a funny name to describe the boxers. So they say like sausage for brains. So then they'd be like phony bologna. And so that's where it got twisted at. But I don't care where it got twisted at. My friend calls it umbrella steak. The way it puffs up. Yeah, but that fried bologna sandwich is something else, man. It's something else. And we're glad to have you. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Charles. How long have you been an Atlanta Falcons fan?
Oh, God. Even back in the days of Billy White Shoes Johnson.
Billy White Shoes Johnson. Man, listen, a lot of these young whippersnappers don't know who Billy White Shoes Johnson is, man. They don't. One of the best return men in the history of football. Yes, sir. I remember. I think it was Steve Bartowski, Junior Miller. Those were old Falcons.
They had a running back. I think his name was William Andrews.
William Andrews. Yes, sir.
I believe that was his name.
Yes, sir. I remember back in them days. Now, yeah, I remember.
since we're talking about the Falcons, I remember when Drew Pearson pushed off. It was in the playoff game, and I don't remember if it was the NFC Championship, but I remember Drew Pearson pushed off, and he wasn't called. He caught the touchdown in the story.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, I'm a Cowboy fan, you know, so
That's
I've always been a Cowboy fan.
I've never been one, but you know.
Yeah, man, you know, but I pull for the Atlanta Braves whenever they do something. Have you been upset a lot about the Atlanta Braves?
Look, these Atlanta teams, period, will upset you. I'll say it like that. I still haven't gotten over the Super Bowl, okay? my children had to check on me after that loss.
Man, I thought y'all were going to pull that Super Bowl out, though. When y'all
I still can't believe it, you know.
I can't believe it either. I can't believe that one. No, I can't believe that one.
And how can you catch a ball on your fingertip? I can't figure that one out at all.
I don't know. Listen, they can catch a ball on the fingertip, and then with with Dallas, we can catch the ball, and they say it's a non-football move. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with football. I don't know.
Makes you wonder.
It makes you wonder. Yes, sir. It makes you wonder. Well, Mr. Charles, let me ask you a question. Did you have any singers in your family growing up? Were they your early musical influences?
Well, actually, my father, he and his brother had a gospel group when we were children. I remember him bringing the equipment home, you know, stuff like that. And sadly, they were on the way to work. They had an accident, and they didn't survive. My father's brother and his cousin. I was just a child.
Wow.
You know, matter of fact, we were in Decatur, Mississippi. That's where I was born.
Man.
And to my understanding, if people don't know about Decatur, it's home of Medgar and Charles Evers. Mm-hmm. And my aunt would tell me stories how Medgar Evers used to love my grandmother's biscuits.
Really?
But anyway, I guess music is in my bones. You know, it's been there. I was the first African American in my high school band. I grew up in Union, Mississippi, about 10 miles, because after my father was gone, my mother wanted to move close to her people.
Yes.
And I was the first African American in the Union High School band, and I was in East Central Community College band. It was East Central Junior College at the time, and I was in Jackson State's band, Sonic Boom of the South.
All right, Sonic Boom of the South. How was it to be the first African American in the Union High School band?
Actually, it wasn't difficult. They embraced me with open arms. Of course, I had to work hard. You know, I had to practice, and I guess that's where I started to really develop my skills. So it wasn't difficult at all. Like I said, again, they embraced me. I was taken care of, and I was treated like any other person.
Awesome. And I'm very sorry to hear about your dad and that. Look, you got my condolences.
We don't. Some things we don't hold the cards on. But just from what I can remember, and I was 6, about to turn 7, and it was right. It was before Christmas, about 2 weeks before Christmas.
Wow.
But the thing about it, like I said again, we don't hold the cards. I had a good upbringing. I had a very strong mother, and I've got 4 other siblings. But we're very tight. We're very tight.
All right. You see, your grandmom used to bake the bomb biscuits, right?
Yeah. Nobody can cook like mom and grandma.
No, man, listen, nobody can make my grandmama biscuits. I don't care. Those biscuits used to be a little hard, a little crunchy. Hers was. Oh my God, those biscuits were so good. Oh, those biscuits were so good. And so you told me a little bit about your early influences with music, Union High School. The marching band. Let me ask you about playing for the Sonic Boom. Let me ask you about that. How was it, coming from high school, making the transition and going from being the only black student to going over here and being all in an all black atmosphere? How was that for you?
It was a real growing and learning experience. I never had to sing and play in my life. Excuse me, not sing and play, but play and dance in my life. And it was just as hard as football practice, because I also played football in high school. Um, Probably if it were not for an injury, I would have wound up going to the University of Mississippi, Ole Miss.
Ole
But anyway,
Miss.
that's how it happened. That's how it happened.
Yes, sir.
And so, but it was, I mean, I tell you what, since we're talking about that, after the first week of band camp, I had swollen feet. I never had swollen feet in my life. But I went home to mom and got some TLC, and when I came back, I was ready because I was not going to sit in those stands and watch my peers march.
I hear you. I hear you. That's right. Mama took care of it. See, they had some kind of remedy. Go ahead and get that witch hazel and put that witch hazel on your foot. Take down the swelling. They had some kind of remedy now. You better believe it.
That old TLC. And it was just for the weekend. You know, I think it wasn't for a week, just for the weekend. But it was a real good. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you getting ready to say?
It was a real growing and learning experience. You know, and I wouldn't take anything.
Experience. So your love affair with music was kind of kindling, and it kind of just like the fire just like totally erupted out there at Jackson State.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So when your first performance with Jackson State, how did you feel?
I felt great. I mean, just being on that field and being a part of something. I've always been a part of something, thank God. But it was really good. You know, just being there, that environment, the experience, and you know, just seeing nobody but people who look like me. The entire, you know, it was a real growing experience. I enjoyed it. I would take anything for it.
Okay. All right. So in the background, we have a picture of you, Mr. Charles, with the flag. What motivated you to take a picture with the American flag draped across your shoulder?
Actually, I did that for the song Nobody, and I really had the photo shoot for a different song, which I haven't released yet. It's recorded, but like I said, again, it hasn't been released. Okay. But the thing about it, I saw that, and we went home. My baby brother, he said that, hey man, you should put that in as your profile picture. And that's what I did. And so when I decided to release Nobody, I just used that as the profile picture on Nobody, and the rest is history. So
I like the picture. I like the picture. It's very regal. Yeah, it's very regal. It's a very good picture of you. What inspires you what inspires you when it comes to your music? And do you have a special place where you like to write your music?
No. What happens is the song just will hit me. I've been in the shower before, gotten out the shower and say, hey, I need to write this down. I need to record this, you know, for my memory. And I'll come back and I'll think about it. I'll think it through, and I'll start to write. And of course, you know, when you're writing, you know, you're crossing out and adding, you know, that type of thing. Of course, after that, you have to think of the change or the bridge, right? You know, but I'm just thankful that it kind of comes naturally. I was speaking to my guitar player, and he told me, and we hadn't seen each other in a moment, you know. It's kind of like, I guess, all these things are destined. And the first thing when we first saw each other, it's like, and we've been friends since childhood. And he told me, he started singing a song that I wrote when we were in high school, teenagers. And I said, man, you remember that song? He said, yes. I mean, he remembered it word per word. But it's just like, say, again, the song it has to hit me. I don't have to be in any mood or anything. And I'm always thinking about the music. Don't ask me why. I guess because it's part of me. And, you know, not just because it's what I do. But when it hits me, like I said, I write it down or record it or whatever for my memory. And I say, okay. And I have, like I said, again, songs I haven't recorded. I said, okay, it's time for this song. And I'll work on it, and I'll get in touch with the guys, and we'll record, and the rest is history. And that's the final product that you get.
Okay, the final. How many instruments do you play? What was your major instrument that you played in the band? And I know you play the guitar. What other instruments do you play?
Trombone. Trombone is my primary instrument. My first instrument is the one that took me through high school and college. And I bought a bass guitar. When I saw Verdine White of Earth, Wind and Fire, man, I had to have a bass guitar. I never seen anything, you know, like that, you know, but in my life, being a little small boy, you know, being a little country boy. I mean, I had to have one. So, matter of fact, I've got one in the corner now, you know. So whenever I want to, but since we're speaking of that, that's where I get my, the basis from, my base part, the foundation. I pick it out on my base. Okay, this is how I want it to go. And of course, with the guys that I work with, I'm like, hey, when we're about to record, you know how you agree to disagree to agree?
Right.
And that's how that's done.
All right, I understand. You agree to disagree to agree. I like that one. Before I don't want to ask that question. I don't want to wait to ask that question. No, I can ask that question. What made you fall in love with fried bologna sandwiches or fried bologna? Excuse me. I sounded too upper crust. I said bologna. I've been researching, I had my pinky extended bologna. Yeah. What made you fall in love with bologna sandwiches?
Well, you said it right the first day. We eat bologna here. I mean, they sell bologna in the store, but we eat bologna here. But anyway, to answer your question, there's this little store in Mississippi where we would go and, get sliced bologna. And, being teenagers, when you start and you're on the go a lot, you grab your bologna sandwich and keep moving. And I still love them. Like I said again, I still love them to this day. And matter of fact, I've got some in the freezer. So every time I go home, I get some bologna. Did I say bologna? I mean bologna.
You said, yeah, you did say, yeah, you did. It's bologna. That's right. You know what? Let me make you laugh. I like to put things, when you said Williamsville, I was all over the internet trying to find Williamsville. I wasn't never gonna find Williamsville. You said a little small town, a little small store, your hometown, right?
But it's outside, it's like 18 miles from my home. Do you know how you go everywhere?
Yeah.
And but anyway, we'd go up there and get certain things, and bologna was one of the things that should I say mom them did. And of course we went with them. And that's one of the things that we always had was bologna. I'm still saying bologna. You really got me talking proper today.
I got you talking proper. Next thing you know, you be trying to put some Grey Poupon on it. You better not hang out with me. I have you messed up, man. Let me ask you, that's a country store. Do they have squirrel nuts and Mary Jane candy?
Oh, no. There's certain things I don't eat now. There's certain things I don't eat,
Oh, I mean, but does the store have them?
I doubt that very seriously, because, everything is, you have the, the guidelines, what you can and cannot sell. And I know certain farmers markets, I know they have will sell rabbits, but, as a child, we eat some of everything. That's real, we used to hunt, that type of thing. But when you started growing up and learn about these, different things like rabies and stuff like that, I'm leaving that. I'm not touching that.
Absolutely. Did you? I don't know if you heard the question. I said, squirrel nuts, like the squirrel candy, the squirrel nuts.
Oh, okay.
The Mary Jane candy.
Okay, I got you there. Yeah, I've been saying, like I said again, I'm from the South. I'm from Mississippi. Okay.
I can see what you thought I said, though.
I'm saying like this. That's that thing that I don't eat and I pray that I never have to eat. Okay. I don't even care if it's in candy form. Okay.
Oh God, you made me laugh today. I have to be more careful how I ask my questions.
It's okay.
So tell me about your memories and the early days growing up with the fried bologna sandwiches. Tell me about your memories back then with Williamsville and where you grew up at.
Well, actually, what we did, like I say, we don't only get bologna. They have some of the best bacon in the world. We get bacon, we get cheese and sausage, and there's nothing like it. It's we grew a lot of our own food as well. But getting back to that little store, it's that I mean, bottom line, you had a lot of local growers, and everything was fresh, and especially ground beef. Oh my goodness, I love a hamburger as well.
Oh yeah, man, me too.
And even now, when I go home, like I say, I know where to go, and everything's still fresh because, like I say, you have a lot of farmers around there, and you got a lot of dairy farms, and people growing vegetables, the entire thing. And soybean used to be the big crop, but you know how people are. Matter of fact, catfish is pretty good now, but it's mostly in the Delta. Okay. But that's what it is. I like to eat fresh, and I basically to this day eat the way that I grew up in a sense. Now there's certain things I can't eat like I used to, and I'm not going to try. Trying to hang around as long as I can.
Yes.
How would I say it? I burn the candle on both ends. It's time to slow it down.
Listen, it's Friday. I'm gonna get me a fish sandwich. You can't do it every day. I'm gonna get a fish sandwich now on Friday.
Oh man,
listen, absolutely.
Shoot, that's how I like my fish fried. That's my preference. I say it like that.
That's my preference too. Yeah, it feels like you're getting punished when you got to eat it baked, but you feel good about yourself. Because you do it right. You feel good about yourself. But I feel punished when I have to eat it baked. I want it fried. Definitely.
Hey, like I say, it's my life. And I don't allow my conscience to bother me. At least I try not to do things that's gonna bother, like I say, allow my conscience to, affect my conscience. So I try to live right and do right. And hey, I'm trying to hang on in here and be around as long as I can, Like my cousin. Like my cousin said, I've got some more lies to tell and drinking to do,
And I just had the lady on here yesterday, Shalisha, and she has a weight loss program and a whole a program to change your whole mindset. So one thing she said yesterday that really stuck out to me. She said the repast of a funeral. She said they usually serve the food that put the people in the casket. Yeah. And so I said, okay. I said, all right. So that's heavy when she said that. So yeah, you made me snap around on that. So I'll do right. That's right. I'll do right.
I understand.
So your tagline, it was like a punchline for me when I heard the song. Now she likes roast beef. And that thing tickled me so much when I heard it the first time. When you tell the story about it, it reminded me of a story. I'm gonna let you elaborate on it, but I'm just gonna tell you. It reminded me of a story. I went to a church, and this guy was outside directing traffic because you know how they direct traffic every now and then. And so what the brother said was, he just started telling me his business, and he said his wife left him for the butcher. And I said, well, I don't know how I got that conversation. And so I just indulged him. I said, okay. I said, well, why did she leave you for the butcher? He said he was cutting her extra meat. And I said, so how did you know he was cutting her extra meat? He said, we always had these are all the I know how much money I gave her, but we always had all these cold cuts around the house. I said, well, what'd you do? He said, I made a lot of sandwiches. And he said, I still got cold cuts now, but she gone. And man, I said, when I thought about that story, and I heard your song, I said I was gonna tell you that because that definitely needs to be a song. But when you came back with that punchline, now she likes roast beef. It was so funny, that tagline. And I'll ask you later if that's a true story. I know it don't have to be, but definitely. What were you think? What were you saying? Was it just a metaphor of her trying to step up, basically?
That's all it was, because and thankfully I haven't had that problem. Not saying that can't happen in the future. Hey, when somebody start cutting you off extra meat, you may have a problem. I'm just saying, man.
So anybody listening, if you get more meat back from the butcher than you gave money to your wife, go to the butcher and see him. Go see that butcher or which butchers. That's right, because the butchers steal your wife.
Hey, you might want to start paying attention and asking questions like, What's that old saying? Things that make you go,
I'm getting it queued up now so we can listen to Nobody. Let's see here.
And by the way, I appreciate you having me on the show.
Man, listen, I heard your song. I had to have you on my show. I had to have you on this show. I enjoyed that song, so I really did. I really did. Oh, here we go. There we go.
You should have heard the guys when we were recording when I said that.
I know they fell out laughing. I couldn't record that song with you because I'd have been done. I'd have been done once you said that part. I couldn't be serious no more. I'd have been laughing the rest of the day, and that's all my friends like to do is laugh anyway. We'd have been laughing the rest of the day.
Look,
definitely.
Laugh is good for the soul. It really is.
For the soul. It's the best medicine. It's the best
really
medicine. So we're gonna get ready to take a listen here to our first song from our esteemed guest that we have in the house with us today, Mr. Charles Gallaspy, and this is his song "Nobody."
Nobody call me the N-word, but you. Nobody call me the N-word, but you. But what hurt me so bad, my own brother called me the N-word too. Nobody called me the N-word, but you. Nobody call me the N-word, but you. But what hurt me so bad, my own brother called me the N-word too. Remember Emmett, Trayvon too, Brother Aubrey, just to name a few. Miss Brianna, Sandra too. They even killed Brother George in front of me and you. Somebody help me, tired of smelling strange brew. What hurt me so bad, my own brother called me the N-word too.
Oh, I thought that was going. I couldn't find it. I was looking for the applause, brother. Listen. First of all, who got that guitar crying like that? Because all I could say was, I thought Stevie Ray Vaughan was dead, and I know B.B. King dead. Now you got that guitar crying like that?
No, that is my good friend, and like I said, we've been friends since childhood. Mr. Ricky, I call him Mr. Ricky Guitar Bowler. He's from Union, Mississippi as well. We've been friends since we were children, and they used to play in a gospel group. And I tell them, hey man, just play whatever you feel, and they do it. And on keyboards, I've got Mr. Louis Ball Jr. Matter of fact, his father is quite infamous, to my understanding. He used to be the music director for Smokey Robinson.
Really?
That's my understanding now. Like I say, if it's a lie, I'm just spreading it. Okay. I didn't tell it initially. I'm just saying. Okay. But no, they're fantastic musicians. And matter of fact, I did Fried Bologna Sandwich with my cousin in his studio in Union, Mississippi. And all the songs that I recorded have been recorded in Mississippi. People say, well, why do you go to record in Mississippi? It's the chemistry that we all have.
Absolutely.
And we really have a great chemistry, great energy. We feel one another. And not only that, we respect one another. Like I said, again, we respect one another's opinions, and it goes back again to agree, to disagree, to agree. But now at the end of the day, I do have the final say.
Yes, sir.
But still, bottom line, I respect and I love these guys and wouldn't take anything for them,
Man, y'all got to come back. Everybody got to come back on the show. We got to have a show, and you got to bring back the band. But listen, the song, the music is really, it takes you to the Sunday afternoon social. It sounds like that's grown folks music now. And and there were some things I heard in there that the average guy can't do. That's not a novice now. You can listen to that and tell that's professional. Mm-hmm. That's really professional.
Oh yeah.
It's really good music. It's really good music. And now and to talk about the lyrics, nobody is very thought provoking. It's BB Kingistic, and it turned me into a DJ after I heard it, because I said it's the kind of blues that'll knock you out your shoes. And the tagline at the end leaves a lasting impression. So let me ask a question. Where in the mind of Charles Gallaspy, the songwriter, is this coming from?
It actually comes from within. And, you're talking about the signs of the time. We all see what's happening, and like I said, it's right before our eyes, and it hasn't just started happening. It's been happening forever. And I had something that I wanted to say. And that's how I wanted to say it. Sure, I could have added more lyrics and things like that. But I'm like, hey, I'm trying to say something. I'm not just trying to say something. I have to say something here. And like I said, that end line, it's like it goes back to black on black crime. I mean, we're annihilating one another. I mean, come on, man. Let's get real. When you can't go to the store or in a certain neighborhood, and crime has a thing of infiltrating. It doesn't matter where you live. It's just like hard drugs. It's going to infiltrate if allowed. And bottom line, it has to stop somewhere, and it has to be brought to the forefront. And that's what I'm trying to do.
You made me. It took my mind back to a rap song these young people wouldn't know. We know it though. Back when rap was less violent. Kool Moe Dee, when he said, I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man. So from what you were saying, it's crazy to say that you scared as a black man of a black man in the inner city, and just like you and where we're trying to fight and we make such great gains in other things, we've still got this problem. We're hemorrhaging because we've got this black on black crime. And it's like some individuals that have no respect for people, no respect for their life. And I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand the metaphor. I get the metaphor you know, and you don't have to actually be verbal to call me the N-word. You know,
Right.
you can the way you treat me, you know, because you treat me just like as if they brought me over on the slave ship, you know, hands chained up and directing me to do certain things I didn't want to do. And that's the same way you treating people when you go rob them, you know, breaking their houses, you know, and yeah, it does have to stop. There's such a problem right now, and it's like we're trying to get credibility and stand, you know, as people and be strong, and then right within ourselves and within our ranks, you know, we've got young people executing each other.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it like this: it's not just the young either. It's like you've got because somebody has to teach somebody. They have to get things from somewhere. It's just like you know how they say we are products of our environment, and we really are. You know, one thing about it, I'm somewhat of a history buff. I've always liked history, and I remember I saw this documentary about when your tire manufacturers used to be in California. I'm not sure exactly where in California, but I know it's in California. And then suddenly they you know, people migrated, you know, and I'm speaking for us as a people. And so when these manufacturers pulled out and relocated in Ohio, the people were stuck there. They were left. And I was looking at how you had your what do you call these people who loan people money? You know, loan sharks.
Yes, sir.
And you know, they were loan people money, and the same thing with the pimping and all that kind of stuff. How these people were stuck, and of course, you know, when you have no income, source of income, and we're basically again, everybody's looking at the man, you know, and how you going to tell your wife or your children, I can't get you anything to eat? I can understand things like I can't buy you this gift or you know, things like that, but you're talking about just necessities like food, you know, that type of thing. And that's what, you know, I'm really about. And that's what I'm so thankful for, that the Lord has allowed me to be able to provide for me and my family. And we're real close, you know, we're really close. And I believe in treating my fellow man the way that I would like to be treated. And if there's a problem, I try to walk away whenever I can. Some things you can't walk away from. That's being for real. And you can't close a blind eye to certain things too, you know, because it's like they say about evil. When evil sticks up his little ugly head and good men stand around and do nothing, that evil will manifest and grow. And it's true, very true. And so it takes, like I said, it takes a village. It takes men to step up and be men. I'm gonna speak particularly about Black men, because it seems like all our women are doing everything, which is good. And I'm very proud and thankful for the sisters, especially the strong ones. And one thing about life, sometimes it doesn't have a steady course or direction. And it may not work out the way that you want it, but it always works itself out. And I believe in the Lord. You know, I don't profess to be holier than thou, because I'm not. You know, I'm just a man. Yes. But I do believe in a man being a man, and, you know, being there for the best, being there for his family. Because like I said, again, I lost my father when I was a child. Me and my siblings, you know, and thank God I had a great stepfather. And he taught us how to be men. He taught us things, you know, and like I said, again, I had a strong mother. And of course, you know, I had my grandparents and my great grandparents. So I had a good foundation. And I could, you know, thank God, you know, if I wanted to get us in trouble, and in that little small town, you couldn't get in trouble unless you wanted to. And back then, the thing of like what they call, quote unquote, being a jailbird was shameful. You put shame on yourself and your family. And there's just certain things we don't do. But now it's more like, in a sense, glorified. It makes you tough. It doesn't make you tough. All you're doing is taking steps backwards, with so many people trying to help you to build up. You know, everybody has to stand on somebody's shoulder, you know. And so that's where all that came from. Now, there's another word that I could have used. And we were talking after we recorded. My guitar player now, we all communicate a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And they're all back in Mississippi, and I'm in Atlanta. But my point is that he said, hey man, you should do a radio version. I'm like, stubborn me. No, man, I want to go just like this. And after I thought about it, he told me, he said, try this. And I went back, of course, I went back in the studio because, I got a guy here that I get with, where I get my mixing and mastering done, But anyway, I just edited some more, and hey, that's what you get, your radio version. And by the way, I edit all my own songs, by the way.
Really?
I take a 5-minute song and bring it in 3 minutes or something, just for radio.
Well, I'm glad you edited that. I'm glad you did, because it has a very strong message that definitely needs to be relayed, and people definitely need to hear that message. That it has a very strong message.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it, because bottom line, I said what needed to be said. Because when I played this for some friends of mine in my hometown, we were home for the 4th of July, and that's before I released it. I just released it in August. But anyway, they were like, how your eyes get big, like, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Y'all afraid to say something? It's like we're men now. We're not. It's not like we're children.
That's right.
What they say, children should be seen and not be heard. It's time to speak up. This stuff has to stop. Just like this voting rights thing. Come on, man. Let's get real. Let's get real here. And not only that, the people who won't vote. Mississippi has one of the largest Black populations in the country. And that's just an example of one state. If you're eligible to vote, get out there and vote. I mean, how do you think? I mean, people fought and died just so that we could have these rights. And I'm not going to let their sacrifices be in vain. That's being for real. And I try to teach my children as well. Like I say, each one teach one. And we really need to go back and grab our brothers and sisters by the hand and say, come on, you can do it. You can do it. And what makes it so bad, in a sense, is that the people that you try to help are the same ones, sometimes, not all the time, that stab you in the back, But it doesn't. You don't have to. You don't have to be a certain race for that to happen. It happens in all races.
Absolutely. I saw a Bob Marley saying the other day, and he said, I think it said, everybody's going to hurt you. You just have to. You just have to take in. In so many words, you have to just decide. Who would you rather be hurt by? And so that's what Bob Marley said. He said everybody's going to hurt you, but you have to decide who you would like to be hurt. Who you can stand being hurt by. And so I guess that's who you can tolerate being hurt by. And we're just, as men, finite men, can't put your trust in man.
No, you cannot. You cannot. And, like I said, I put my trust in the Lord. And speaking of which, I think somebody said something about being scared. I don't walk around in fear, fear or no fear. Because when I came to Atlanta, I didn't know anybody. I knew people here. I just didn't know where they were. And I prayed, and I told my buddy of mine, he's gone, bless his heart. But anyway, I told him I was doing something. He said, man, don't mess with those people. I said, the Lord ain't gonna let nothing happen to me. I said, I'm bothering nobody. Ain't nobody gonna bother me. And all these years, thankfully through these years, nothing, really of any bad significance has ever happened to me. And I'm just thankful.
Amen. Amen. That's awesome. Yeah, God will protect you.
Yeah, He will
protect you. And you may be there. You may be there for the hostile environment. You may be there to help some people in that hostile environment. Yeah, because it didn't get hostile overnight.
No, that's right. That's right.
And it's definitely not going to change overnight. But it's good that we get there, and there's some great things coming out of Georgia. Georgia flip turn blue this year. Georgia sent 2 senators out, so great things are coming out of Georgia. So,
and we have to defend what we've accomplished.
We do.
I remember when I was in the shower, I thought about something, a phrase, and I think it came from the NAACP. Much has changed and much is not. And that's being for real. We've got that much further to go, and the struggle and the fight never ends. It's not going to end.
That's real.
And the best way is just like they beat us with the pen, we can do the same thing. That's why you get out there and cast your vote. Hey, if you're not the politician of our choice, get him out of there. Just that simple.
That's right. If he doesn't represent us, then let him go represent somebody else.
That's right.
Get him out.
I'm not going to call any names, but I'm going to leave that alone.
You can call all the names you want. I ain't scared of them.
I ain't scared of them. I'm leaving that alone. Hey, I'm trying to steal some fried bologna sandwiches, man.
All right, that's right. You gotta sell that fried bologna sandwich. So I understand. I understand. We're gonna listen to When My Time Comes, No Drums. Let's check that out by Charles Gallaspy.
Sounds good.
What happened to the sound? Well, that's queued up. Well, I don't know why that's not playing. Huh. Let me take a look at something here real quick, Mr. Gillespie. It's my time. Yeah, I got it. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Put me in the ground and pray the Lord has favor. Put me in the ground. My time has finally come. Put me in the ground. My work down here is over. Put me in the ground. I've gone to be with the Lord. Please don't shed no tears. No time for pain or sorrow. You can look for me, but I won't be here tomorrow. When you think of me, after all is said and done, one thing you can say, that the victory is won. When my time comes, yes, I'll be gone forever. My time has finally come. I've gone to sing with the angels. Hallelujah means so much more. Just pray the Lord has favor and welcome me with open arms. Glory, glory, hallelujah. The pearly gates are so beautiful. Put me in the ground and pray the Lord has favor. Put me in the ground. My time down here is done. Put me in the ground. My work down here is over. Put me in the ground. I've gone to be with the Lord. Oh, when my time comes, yes, I'll be gone forever. My time has finally come. I've gone to sing with the angels. Hallelujah means so much more. Just pray the Lord has favor and welcome me with open arms. Glory, glory, hallelujah. The pearly gates are so beautiful. Put me in the ground and pray the Lord has favor. Put me in the ground. My work down here is done. Put me in the ground. My time down here is over. Put me in the ground. I've gone to be with the Lord. Oh, when my time comes. When my time comes. When my time comes.
All righty.
All right, I love that gospel song, Mr. Charles. I can see your gospel roots coming out on that, and I can hear the guys in the background I can hear that their gospel roots coming out in the music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I got a question about the song. Definitely. When My Time Comes, No Drums is a no nonsense gospel song that asks a final request. I have years of observation brought you to this conclusion of no drums, and if you could elaborate for those that did not get it, what the drums are.
Actually, what it is, it's when I sent it to be mixed and mastered. This guy, he wanted to add drums to the song, and I said no. I listened to it. Don't get me wrong, and I wanted the song exactly the way that it was that we recorded it. And I listened to both versions, and I went to the part. I said, oh no, it sounds better with no drums. And by the way, I basically use, like I said, all my songs the same musicians. That's my guitar player that you hear on guitar. Now we use a different studio because he also sings in a gospel group. Okay. And the normal studio, my guy's name, like his name is Lou Ball Jr. His father was gravely ill. As a matter of fact, by the time I got back to Atlanta, he had passed. Sorry. But anyway, we used a different studio, and I guess how you could hear yourself a little better, because this has been, like I say, a process. It's been like a growing process, and I just like the way it sounds without the drums, and that's why I put no drums in there. Because at that time we were losing a lot of civil rights icons. Matter of fact, that's where the premise of the song started, and we lost Mr. C.T. Vivians, Dr. Lowry, and of course, right around that time, same thing with Brother John Lewis.
Yes, sir.
And that's where everything came from. And I wrote the song. It's kind of funny. My brother said, hey, one of my brothers, he said, that sounds kind of sad. He said, that's kind of song you play at a funeral. I said, I'm pretty sarcastic. I come from a sarcastic town, a sarcastic family.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said, people die every day. But that's not the reason why I wrote the song. See, if you listen to what I'm saying,
right,
it's about the Lord welcoming us into the gates of heaven.
That's right.
And just pray that he'll open his arm and welcome us into his kingdom. And that's what the song is about. Like I said, but what initiate the writing of the song, because we were losing, again, so many icons. Now, it makes you wonder who's going to take the mantle next. The torch has to be, forwarded. Someone has to take the torch, and there's so much scrutiny involved in everything. My thing is this: just be yourself. You've got one life. You can't walk around being a fake. People see through when you're faking, and plus, bottom line, just be yourself. And that's what I do. When I started writing songs, I didn't write songs for me to sing. Sure, I could sing other people's songs, but it took me, once I found my voice and got comfortable with my voice, and the rest is history. This is what you hear. How you try one thing and say, this worked, and then you try another, just like trying to find out if fire's going to burn or not. You won't know if it'll burn until you stick your finger in it. Well, I don't think I want to do that again. That's been for real.
After you played this song the first time and you listen back to it, what kind of emotional roller coaster did it put you on?
Well, initially, it was some type of emotional roller coaster, because, like I say, with the death of all these icons, and then I had to settle down, and think about it for what it was, and not just that, for what it is. And the rest is history. And the main thing is, like I say, it's not about death in particular. It's about the Lord welcoming us into his kingdom. And that's what the song is about.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And so now we're getting ready to play my favorite song that I ran across and saw him. and this is why we got him on the show. But, I didn't hear the other song. The other music is good, too. It's very good music. And, yeah, definitely. Man, that blue. Oh, man. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I love it, man. But this song right here, it's such a catchy tune. It took me back, all the way back to making those fried bologna sandwiches. It took me all the way back. So we're gonna check it out, and we're gonna come ask you a couple questions about that, and we're gonna let you get your Friday back, because I ain't gonna hold your whole Friday hostage. But I'm sure enjoying having you on the show, my friend.
I appreciate you having me, man. That's been for real.
And I enjoy having you on there. We're gonna listen to Fried Bologna Sandwich by the magnificent Charles Gillespie. Bravo, bravo.
Thank you, thank you. You know, looking at the video, I got to give my shout out to my cousin Mike Styles. You can find him on all your social media platforms. But anyway, he shot that video, and we shared ideas. You know, like I said again, my thing is that any platform that I'm on, I should have. I believe in having some say so, and of course, I believe in listening.
Yes, sir.
And you have to agree to disagree. But
Yes,
I want to
sir.
give shout out to him for that video.
That's an awesome video. Listen, I just noticed she has the ramen noodle shirt on at the
Matter of fact, that's my
bus
daughter.
stop. Huh?
That's my oldest daughter.
Oh, that's your oldest daughter.
That's my daughter, and that's my granddaughter in the back. I have, and the guy that's driving the car,
Yeah.
that's my cousin Mike Styles.
Okay. All right. Okay. You kept it in the family. That's all right.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, it's kind of funny how it's like a process, man. You know, it's like that's why I feel like I'm being led. You know, because again, if I had not, had my accident, probably none of these things would have happened. I had songs. Once my creative juices started flowing again, hey, I've been pumping them out, which I'm thankful for. You know, and we're looking forward to have songs that I haven't released. Matter of fact, I plan on putting an EP together around the holidays, sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know, and of course it'll be out there, and I'll let you know what's going on with that. Let everyone know what's going on with that.
Keep me abreast.
But yeah, that's what I plan on doing. You know,
definitely, man. I love that song. That song is really catchy. It's got an awesome hook, awesome tagline. It's really catchy. Bologna, Bologna, the star of the brown paper bag lunches and summer free lunch programs, has been immortalized in the words of this song. And you were telling me earlier there was a story, your accident, and there was a story. I'm going to let you tell that story.
Well, actually, like I said, I had an accident, and I've had songs, and they were just sitting there collecting dust, And after that, I was sitting down, and like I said again, when I was in church, the pastor's it's like he was just picking my brain. It's like, why am I here? How did I get in this position? And I started back writing songs, and I made up my mind I'm going to record. And I started what I actually wrote our call for my son-in-law, the lady that you saw, and the young lady you saw in the video with the ramen noodle shirt. You say that's my daughter, but anyway, that's my son-in-law. He's a pastor. He's a preacher.
Okay, all right.
And he wasn't available when I made up my mind to record. I said I'll do it myself. I know the song. I don't have to teach anybody the song, and the rest is history.
Listen, it was destiny. You were supposed to do that song. I'm gonna tell you, that song, everything is right on that song. The voice is right, the song is right, the video is hilarious, the music is right. I'm telling you, that's your moneymaker right there. That's your moneymaker right there. Absolutely. That fried bologna sandwich is something else.
Well, thank you. And of course, you can get in touch with me anytime. I'm always available for you, and the people, period. And I'm here. I'm not going anywhere no time soon. I tell anybody, I plan on living to be 1,000.
That's right. I'll be right behind you. I'll be $9.99.
I have no desire to tell you bye, okay?
Well, listen, let me ask you, what was I getting ready to ask you? I'm having such a good time with this interview. Oh goodness, I had another question to ask you. What would you say, Mr. Charles, about your journey so far?
It's been magnificent. I'm looking forward to getting on the road and putting a show together. It's been a minute since I've done that, and I've been speaking to the guys about it. Of course, what's going on with COVID and this new variant. But anyway, that's what I'm looking forward to, giving people a live show, and not just a show. I want it to be like shows that I've seen. I want it to be entertaining, and give people something to talk about. Going away with a good feeling and a good memory, and looking forward to seeing me again. And that's what I want. That's my goal. So we'll say that. I feel like it's going to be fun. We'll be just
I know
fine.
it's going to be good. Well, listen, I sure want my fried bologna sandwich shirt. When you start putting them out, I'm definitely gonna buy mine. You know, yeah, 5X. I want my fried bologna sandwich shirt. That's right.
Yeah.
Let me know. Yeah, I know you're gonna have to have fat sizes. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I want a fat size.
Bologna in the freezer. You can believe I got bologna in the freezer.
You got bologna?
Yeah, I got something in the freezer, man. I tell you, when I go home, I stock up. I get to go home often, but when I go, I go to that little country store and grab me some bologna and bacon. I can't eat like that every day, of course. Matter of fact, maybe about once a month. Yeah. I want me some bacon and sausage and stuff like that. But when I get that urge for that fried bologna sandwich, I gotta have it, man.
Get your fried.
Hey, roast beef won't do.
Roast beef won't do. And if anybody's watching from Arby's now, don't try to sue us now because we're talking about roast beef.
Hey, everybody makes roast beef. You can get roast beef from anywhere.
That's right.
Just like the name of that town. There are a lot of towns named that. Take your pick. Pick, like I say, pick your poison.
Pick your poison. Well, Mr. Charles, where can we get your music?
Well, it's on most social media platforms, and also I'm with Smarted Links. You can look on my Facebook page and my profile, and on my page, Miss Lucy Entertainment, and everything's listed there. And you can look on my website. My website is MissLucyEntertainmentLLC.com, which, by the way, that's named after my mother.
Oh, God bless her.
Yeah, Miss Lucy. That's what everybody call her, Miss Lucy.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't say
those biscuits too. She can make those biscuits like your grandmama.
Oh man, yeah, shoot. What you talking about, man? We never missed a meal. Thank God, Hey, and being country boys, and we, how you didn't like vegetables when you were coming up.
That's right.
I love them now.
That's right. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
But that's where everything's fine. Like I say, you can find my music on. Of course, I'm on YouTube, and iTunes and Amazon Music. And like I said, you can find it on all social media platforms, and like I said, on my website and on my Facebook page, and basically, like I said, all the social media links. So that's where you'll find me.
Well, tag me with your stuff so it can be on my page and have visibility, and people can see it where they can go get that fried bologna sandwich.
I got
absolutely. Well,
and like I said, yes, sir.
Oh no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I'm saying I appreciate you having me on your show.
Oh man, listen, we're gonna have you back. I enjoyed you so much, brother. I want to thank you for coming on, and we want to thank everybody that was tuning in on today, watching the show, and if you missed it, if you missed it, you better go back and look at it, because Mr. Charles is in here telling us about the fried bologna sandwich. We had some really good music on this show today. Really good music.
Well, thank you, sir. Again, I appreciate everything, and I'm looking forward to producing more.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. You be blessed. Have a wonderful day. Everybody in the viewing audience, you have an awesome day, and we're going to see you guys next time.